What is up, guys? What are you doing? God, I just ate. I'm so fucking tired. Oh, hopefully I sleep good tonight. It's supposed to rain here in Maryland, so I'm trying to get ahead of all the shit. Cut the grass yesterday. All the chores have become, just homeowner stuff. It sucks. You gotta keep up on your shit, or the neighbors start looking at you funny. And you're like, fuck. You know what I mean? You make faces at them. Stick your tongue out. Fuck you. So yeah, 2 boxes came in today. Here's one, pretty big one. A little story about this one. I was just scrolling through eBay shit like I typically do, like a obsessed, crazy person. And I think I need help, by the way. But anyway, I was looking through stuff, and this caught my eye. I knew it was not. I had seen a couple other ones that were cheesy, and I knew right away that this was not. This was not a cheaply mass-produced one. This was definitely indie. So I got talking to the gentleman. He had some other stuff listed, looked kind of like cool. Yeah, you could see all of his masks in the background. You could tell he has been a collector for a long time. And come to find out, he has been, and he's a kind of a well-known guy, but kind of stays low-key. I'm not gonna bring his name up. He kind of was douchey with me a little bit with payment plan on another piece that I ended up getting through somebody else, because apparently in his eyes I was absolutely out of my mind messaging him. But look, man, expecting me to pay you family and friends, and I don't know you at all. I don't give a fuck what your reputation is. That shit was just not flying with me, and I think he got really upset over that. But anyway, I ended up getting that piece, and here's the other piece. So I was talking to him, and talked to a few other people who knew, Harry Inman well, and as soon as I showed them this piece, they instantly told me, yes, that's definitely one of his pieces, even though there's no signature, or he didn't sign his name, engrave it on the back like Dark Studios, Dark, Harry Inman, and he didn't write anything on the inside of it. So we'll crack it open, and then we'll talk more about why that is, and why I came up with the conclusion to why he probably didn't write anything on this. I don't know why he wouldn't write it on the inside, but I kind of have a good idea why he didn't write it on the outside. And I also talked to another gentleman to have them compare one, not this exact thing, but so let's take a look here. Big ass head on this motherfucker. Oh god, it's a big one. Big foam head on this motherfucker too, huh? Crazy. Let's take a look at this shit. So here it is. Wow. And you can just tell right off the bat, this old school vintageness to this mask. This is Watto. First appeared, I believe, in 1999 in Phantom Menace. And he was had a very bad temper, and he was kind of a CGI made up character, and basically sold trash and shit, and anyway, I really like the trilogy, the original trilogy of Star Wars, but this is cool. I believe he appeared in another one too, Clone Wars or some shit. But you can just look at this and tell immediately that an artist that knew what the hell they were doing definitely finished this piece. And I talked to a few other people, and definitely done by Harry Inman. The reason why there's nothing on the back is because he did some masks for Rubies. He did Darth Maul, he did Watto, not sure about any others, but I was thinking, why would he put his studio name in the back if it was going to be a Rubies mask? Nobody wants to see that. It would just be blank, or say Rubies on it or something like that. So that, and then I asked another collector to get his Darth Maul, because Darth Maul was in the same movie, Phantom Menace. So I asked him to get his Darth Maul and take a look on the back, and sure enough, there was absolutely no writing or engravement in the back of that mask either. But on the inside, it was a limited run. You know, it said Harry Inman. This is definitely the latex that Harry Inman would use. It's just real dark, has almost like an Alvarez look to it. I thought it had burlap inside. It was reinforced with burlap. Somebody had said that, but I don't see any burlap in here, so I have no fucking idea what they are talking about at all. And here's a big ass foam head to display it on, since it's a big piece. But I just thought it was cool. You know, I've been on a Harry Inman tear. I got another one coming from Austria, and I had to beg the dude for the tracking. So finally that thing is being tracked. It's moving. It's coming. I have the tracking, so we're good. You gotta put up tracking, guys. You know, whether you're dealing with an honest person or you're dealing with a shitbag, you could get fucked over in a minute on eBay, whether that fucking item gets delivered or not. If you do not have tracking and put that tracking up, somebody will call you out and they will get a free mask off you. Always keep your tracking. Screenshot it on your phone, and add it in eBay at all times. You have to do those simple steps or you're gonna fuck yourself. But see, the eyes are really cool here. See how they're just, you can just, you know, to me, this screams Harry Inman, and I know that he made this mask for Rubies. So, and how thick this thing is, there's no way this is a Rubies copy. I mean, look at how dark brown and nice that latex is. It's got like that old school vintage feel vibe to it. Kind of like the Alvarez pullets up there. I need to get that finished. But yeah, this is definitely fucking awesome. And just another great score. You know, my eye was really good on this one. I got this for a fucking stellar deal. Be stupid to pass this up for the size this thing is, and you know, just it being Harry Inman's work, and I would be really dumb to pass this up for the price I paid for this. So I think it's fucking cool. I love the original Star Wars trilogy, you know, 1, 2, and 3, but you know, the other ones, they're hit or miss, you know, whatever. Like even this character, whatever. I mean, he was like a fucking cartoon CGI flying fairy fucking. But whatever. I mean, it was cool. I mean, it is what it is, you know. That's kind of how I look at it. It is what it is. It's cool. It's another one to add to the collection. Inmans don't pop up all the time, even though you haven't seen me a lot of them in my videos. There's one guy who has a bunch, and he's been nice enough to share his Inman wealth with me. So that's pretty cool. And then I'm finding a few here and there. I found the EC Zombie just scrolling through a Facebook or in a group on Facebook post one day. I got that for a ridiculous price. You know, so it can definitely happen. You just kind of have to keep your eyes out open for you know, for the stuff when it does happen, you know. And you kind of have to be ready. And usually I look at shit so much, I'm always constantly on my phone, that, you know, I just find those deals and find this shit, you know. And sometimes it kind of haunts me because I don't have the money for all the stuff that I want, and I see all this cool shit, so it does suck at times too. So, but this is cool. I can almost 100% guarantee you that Harry Inman did this. I talked to a few other people who knew Harry well, and said this was a great find, another great find, a great piece by him. And definitely they all wrote off on it with not even a question asked. One just said yes immediately, the other one said, you know, yes, that's amazing, and I went into a little bit of detail about it. I'll just leave their names out of it, just in case they don't want to be brought into anything, typically what I do, so whatever. But look, very cool, a lot of detail. Obviously the Rubies one isn't going to, it's just gonna fucking fall apart like fucking a Trick or Treat Studios mask. It's just gonna, there's no way to see how this thing's just sitting up. It's not gonna do that. The Rubies are definitely not gonna do that. They're just gonna crumble down, smush down, the head's gonna fall in. So this is definitely a nice display copy. Why he didn't write Why he didn't write his name in here, I don't know. Doesn't really bother me. There's pieces I have of his that, like I said, like my pit bitch, it doesn't have his writing in it. And I never really looked at the back really well, but I don't think that it has any engravement in the back of that pit bitch. I'll have to pull it out of my display case one day. It's going to be a cocksucker to get to. I'll have to pull everything out to get to that. I really would like to see even the one-off he did behind me, right here, my fingers pointing, the Pinkenstein. He has Dark Studios written very small, and he obviously didn't make those, you know, to sell. It wasn't like a fucking run or anything. It was just something he wore to a Halloween event with his buddy, and he actually signed the inside too. So, I'm not really sure why the inside of this isn't. You know, it's definitely a Harry Inman pull. Even if Harry did not finish this, but I'm still having a hard time thinking that he didn't, just by the vintageness of the eyes, the way they look. You can definitely see the age there, and I'm just gonna go with yes, he definitely did this. It just has that feel. But regardless, very cool, very big piece. I like all the big pieces, man. They definitely are rad. So I like these alien type creature looking things regardless. Like if somebody walked in here and didn't see this movie, they'd be like, oh, that's pretty fucking cool. What kind of fucking alien fucking creature is that? But there it is. Watto from Phantom Menace and Clone Wars, I believe. Harry Inman. Very, very cool. Very rare. Very, very, very rare. Even though he did, you know, they were mass produced. If I get a copy that he did, it was rare. Just like the Darth Maul. I have a lot of collectors or a couple collectors that own them that told me that's probably one of the best paint-ups they've ever seen him do on a mask. The eyes are just, very. It just looks so live. Very, very, very great artist. Very good artist, and like I said, I got into the game a little late to message him about anything or get in touch with him to do anything or anything like that. He passed away, sadly. So, but yeah, man, here it is. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I got another video coming. Gonna go ahead and display, or I'm gonna go ahead and run this video through first, and then I'm gonna run the other video because we have kind of a lot to talk about in that video. I guess we'll do that tonight. Get it out of the way. But this is fucking rad. This is big. It's a big old Harry Inman. The fucking Pinkenstein was big. This is big. Pit Bitch is big. He's done some big shit. And then of course Josh owns the that big ass alien that he did, which is just like the grail of all Inmans, I would say. But 4 foot of Harry Inman alien. It just blows your mind. He got that for an exceptional deal too. Fucker. He's always finding a good deal. He's a good dude though. He deserves nice things too. So anyway, I'm gonna pop off here now, man. This video is kind of just dragging on, but there's Watto, Harry Inman. Just keep coming, man. I'll have the other video for you. The other piece I'm getting, Harry Inman from Austria. I'm not a huge fan of like the show, but like I said, man, you got to snatch these things up when you can. He's a great artist. One of my favorites. I was turned on to him by Josh from Nightmare Force, and just kind of have just been going with it ever since, and just really trying to focus on that point of my collection whenever I can. Whenever they pop up, I just try to get them. I don't really give a fuck if I'm into the character or not. If the price is right, I'm gonna snag it. So that's what happened here. And apparently this piece was sitting on eBay for a while. People just passed it up, didn't know what the fuck it was. Maybe they didn't like the character, maybe they didn't know enough to ask enough questions about it. Maybe they could have given two shits. But I'm glad I asked questions. I'm glad it's in my collection. It goes good with the rest. Kind of offsets things, since a lot of my shit's like really evil and satanic. This kind of just adds another kind of like depth to the collection, and that's kind of where I'm at too. I'm trying to mix it up a lot. Different artists, old school artists, whatever. So you guys, stay tuned. We got another video coming. I was going to display everything out. I don't know if I'm going to do that now. I will stay tuned. We'll talk about it.